Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint Germain family. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at everything you potentially may have missed from the Kvicha Kvaratskhelia debut versus Stade De Reims yesterday. First thing here, Nuno Mendes tries to find Kvicha Kvaratskhelia between that spot. As you can see, KVARA is holding the width on the left side, so KVARA is open there in the middle. KVARA gets the ball and puts a delicious banana slice to reveal a pass to Gonçalo. Unfortunately, Gonçalo fails it. Here, corner kick for Reims. Dembele immediately to KVARA. KVARA goes past first. First challenge comes, goes past that. Second challenge comes, drags him down. And that's the thing with Reims. They were fouling a lot in this game and barely gave any space to our wingers, especially Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. Here, KVARA receives it on the left, tries to go past his opponent, goes past him a bit. The opponent, you can see his hand dragging down KVARA, and then KVARA is looking at the referee. Where is the foul? And unfortunately, Ligue 1, this is what Ligue 1 is. It's extremely physical league, but in especially this game, I felt the referee did not give Paris Saint Germain anything at all and was on Reims' side. Moving on, we can see Kvicha Kvaratskhelia once again in that position where he's not a winger, he's not a striker, he's in between. He's in the half space because KVARA is holding the width, and Fabian manages to find him between two players here. Kvicha Kvaratskhelia receiving the ball in a great space, looks for the 1-2 with Gonçalo. Unfortunately, Gonçalo failed it once again. And looking at the average heat map from the first half, we can see Kvicha Kvaratskhelia is in between, we can say, Nuno Mendes as holding the width, and between him and Gonçalo Ramos was him and KVARA. They were pretty much playing in the same position, which sometimes I did not like. Here we can see Nuno Mendes feeding Kvaratskhelia the ball, tries to go for a cross, it gets blocked. Nuno Mendes once again tries to find Kvicha Kvaratskhelia in that position, gets intercepted. Here's Kvicha Kvaratskhelia trying to dribble, takes a bit of a bad touch, gets fouled, and we will come to this soon. Kvicha Kvaratskhelia once again tries to go past two people, once again got fouled. And I want to talk about a little bit about his dribbling because he only completed 2 out of 7 dribbles at Paris Saint Germain this season. I also want to mention his dribbling this season at Napoli before he joined Paris Saint Germain was not good either, only 26.4% success rate, but this is something he will obviously improve for the remaining games. And he only won 5 out of 19 duels this game, but it's a bit of the adaptation period. As I've said, Ligue 1 is an extremely physical league, and we saw two top dribblers in La Liga, which is probably the least physical league in Europe's top 5 leagues. They came to Ligue 1 and struggled heavily with the Ligue 1 physique in their next season. But in the upcoming season, they improved on their law, and I expect the exact same thing for Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, who is younger than Messi and KVARA, and who is stronger physically than both. So the adaptation period will take a little bit of time, but I think Kvicha Kvaratskhelia will get used to it. Kvicha Kvaratskhelia here finding KVARA on the left side, cross gets blocked. Once again here, Nuno Mendes is looking for a cross into the box as he usually does. He's a great crosser, but Kvicha Kvaratskhelia once again in that half space. And I think with more chemistry, Nuno Mendes and Kvicha Kvaratskelia's understanding becoming better, Nuno can start finding Kvicha Kvaratskhelia there because the ball went to the middle, and Kvicha, you can see he's asking for the ball from Nuno next time. Due finds KVARA here. The pass was a little bit ahead of him, and KVARA couldn't manage to handle it. And once again here we see the Nuno-KVARA combination. Nuno hits it to Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. KVARA takes the touch, gives it to Nuno. Nuno somehow finds KVARA again, and then KVARA gets doubled up, goes for the nutmeg, but it was defended well by Reims. Fabian here once again finding Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, and you can see all of these attacks from KVARA. It's only when the space is available, because Stade De Reims pretty much for 90% of that first half, we're only sitting back. But as soon as we had a direct, we could go more direct. We went and we found KVARA a lot of times. And here it turns the defender, goes for the shot. Shot gets blocked. Once again, Donnarumma, very quick off his line, gives it to KVARA. KVARA knows that Nuno's behind him, waits, gives it to Nuno. Nuno somehow gets it back to KVARA, and KVARA goes for the cross. A bit of bad movement, I would say, from Gonçalo, but a great link up from Nuno Mendes and Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. And this is something, obviously, we talked about before on this channel, the potential duo between Nuno and Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. We obviously know on the right-hand side, we have Achraf Hakimi and Ousmane Dembele, probably the best right-sided combination in the world. And now I have the same expectations for Nuno and KVARA on that left side. KVARA link up with KVARA. KVARA gives it to Gonçalo. Once again, Gonçalo fucks it up. But the thing with KVARA, he's a team player. A bit unlike Barcola. Barcola is more of a specialist. He likes to go alone as close to the goal as possible, then maybe gives away a pass. Whereas KVARA always likes these link up with KVARA, with Gonçalo, and so on. And here comes the absolutely stunning assist from Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. This is football made to art. Receives it here on the left-hand side. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Rennes players on this side already because the ball is there. Kvara cuts inside, goes past 1, 2, gives the link up. Once again, as I talked about the link up with Desiree Doué. And look at the attention Kvicha Kvaratskhelia takes here. I can tell you one thing. Ousmane Dembélé has never ever been this open this season at PSG. He has never been this open. And why? Because Kvicha Kvaratskhelia took so much attention. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players all looking at Kvara for his next possible move. Kvara makes the right decision, gives it to Ousmane Dembélé, and Ousmane Dembélé, as he's been doing recently this season, scores the golazo. And that is the birth of a new relationship. Kvicha Kvaratskhelia cutting in from the left-hand side, which opens up the entire right-hand side where Ousmane Dembélé is completely open, is a new thing that we really haven't had at PSG. And it's an astonishing assist from Kvicha Kvaratskhelia and a great goal from Ousmane Dembélé. There was still space. Obviously, Paris Saint Germain were leading 1-0 up. And look at Kvara here. This is exactly what we need against these kinds of low blocks. Gets the ball from the defenders, drops all the way down. And we can see Nuno Mendes is covering the left-hand side for the moment. Gives the 1-2 with Gonçalo, who actually succeeds with it this time. Kvara gets it back, gives it to Dembouz. Once they pass back, unfortunately, the chemistry wasn't there. But I can already see Kvara on his debut is always looking for his teammates. He's always looking for those 1-2s, and that's exactly what we need when the opposition team is parking the bus. It's 1-2s to unlock that defense, and unfortunately, Kvara couldn't control the ball. Once again, a lot of space here. Kvara receives it. 1-2 with Doué, goes for the shot. He only had 2 shots this game, not from the best, positions or something. He really wanted to score, especially, he wanted to win in his first game. It was his debut and everything. Kvicha Kvaratskhelia here finding Desiree Doué on the left-hand side. But pretty much nothing happened in the second half because Reims got that goal and then they defended for their life for the rest of that second half. And there's only one thing I want to mention more, and that's Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, because obviously Gonçalo Ramos left the game and Kvicha was subbed out, changed from left wing or left cam to center forward. And this is what I love. Either if Kvicha Kvaratskhelia or Ousmane Dembélé is the false 9, there really is no marker on him. Kvara gives it to Vitinha here, then follows the ball all the way to the left-hand side. And look at the position. He's completely open. Nobody is marking him. Nuno Mendes once again is looking for the cross into the box and gives it to Barcola. Kvara is still asking for it. Even when Barcola got the ball, Kvara was still asking for the ball. But once again, I think this is something maybe Lucho sees in the videos and tells Nuno Mendes, look for Kvara. He's always open. And we know Nuno Mendes can make these kinds of passes consistently because Lionel Messi was doing similar movements always to the left-hand side of the box unmarked a lot of the time. And that ends it with Kvicha Kvaratskelia's debut. It was a good to great debut when you put everything into expectations. He hadn't played a single game since the 29th of December, and I think he barely was even training with Napoli during this period. And new league, new teammates, very, very defensive opposition, which left no space, and obviously huge different tactics from what he was used to at Napoli SC. So it's a great debut, in my opinion, from Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. And taking a look at all of his touches in the game, you can see a lot of them on the left-hand side, a lot centrally as well. One thing, though, I did not like is you can see that bar right here, the red hair. This is where he got most of his touches. I want this to be closer to goal, but that obviously depends most because Stade De Reims were parking the bus for the entire game. And he completes the game with 2 out of 7 dribbles, has to be improved on. 9 touches in opposition box, that's good. 5 out of 19 duels, obviously has to be improved on. 1 assist, 2 shots, 2 key passes. And it's a very great debut from Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. And as we saw throughout the entire 90 minutes, Kvara was being used in different positions. At the end of the game, he was obviously tried in the false 9. He was often in the space between the one that's holding the width on the left-hand side and the central position, and he was obviously sometimes on the left-hand side of the position. And looking forward, how the attacking animation can look, I think the false 9 suits Kvicha Kvaratskhelia so perfectly. You have Barcola on the left, Ousmane Dembélé on the right, but you could also try Kvicha Kvaratskhelia on the left, where he cuts inside as well, with Ousmane Dembélé as the false 9 and Bradley Barcola as the right winger. That's been it for Kvicha Kvaratskelia's debut, and what you may have potentially missed from it. Hopefully, guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below, what have I missed and what did you guys think of Kvicha Kvaratskelia's debut for Paris Saint Germain? That's been it from my boy PSG, and as usual, allez, bye.